I would like to say welcome to all of you for this Meso study video class, and as it is clear from this first slide of this PowerPoint presentation, that is we are supposed to discuss in today's session, that is need pattern questions from alternating current chapter. Basically in syllabus or in books, this chapter is given in totality with electromagnetic induction and AC, fine, alternating voltage, alternating current. But what I did, I bifurcated just for your understanding. One thing I would like to mention initially over here, that these questions from alternating current, they require some sort of mathematics, because in few questions you may have to integrate, in few questions you may have to put some values and then solve. So I will try to provide you step by step solution, but if at some point of time you find some mathematical steps slightly complicated, I would like to suggest do some practice for that, fine, because if you will get questions from this chapter, obviously they will contain that much mathematics. Detailed solutions of all these sets of PPTs, PowerPoint presentations, they are provided in your ebook. But at least if you try to learn few integrations, some angle values, say for example tan 60, sin 35 and like that, so it is going to be very helpful for you in examination, fine. Normally students do not like from medical stream that much mathematics, but can't help out. If you want to score good marks, you know this chapter is very important, electromagnetic induction and AC. So at least just to gain 4 marks, try to put at least 1 hour for that, okay. So with this positive note and suggestion, let me allow to start this chapter. So welcome back at this Meso study video class. Now in this question, what is mentioned? If a direct current of value A ampere is superimposed on an alternating current I is equal to B sin omega t. Let us make it small b. You can use capital B also, but as it is given over here, so you can use that small value also. Flowing through a wire, what is the effective value of the resulting current in the circuit? In this question, they are simply saying one thing. One side you have direct current, another side you have alternating current, and you are combining, superimposing, mixing. What you will get, that they want to find out. This is representation of your direct current, this is representation of your alternating current, fine. So once the question is clear to you, let me allow to provide the solution. Just 2 or 3 steps I will mention, and I hope you will understand that. So what is the solution? The solution part is I is equal to A plus B sin omega t. Now what is the meaning of this writing? Basically I am saying I net is equal to I DC plus I AC. That is I am doing, nothing else, fine. So that is why directly I mention over here. Now let us say this is equation number 1. We have to find the effective value of resultant current. So effective value of resultant current we are going to mention as I RMS. Why RMS I am writing down? Why not direct value? Because now it is a combination of these 2 type of currents, fine. So ultimately important for me is root mean square value, okay. So once I have to find this value, then a big this place I am creating under this under root, because I want to put the values in this fashion, 0 to t, fine. Why 0 to t? Because this time period like this time period, so total time capital T. So 0 to 2 integration IAC. IAC means this combined current A plus B sin omega t whole square, and then dt, fine, dt upon t. Now IDC is A plus B sin omega t. Put the value. Then A plus B whole square. Apply that formula. Listen very carefully. Definitely I will not do that. A plus B sin omega. So A plus B whole square, A square plus B square plus twice AB, and then integrate it separately. This is something which is slightly painful for a person or a student who is not studying mathematics as a subject. But all these things, if you try to recall in the starting chapters of class 11th, you learn. If I am explaining you integration and then I am putting 3 integrations together, you will say no problem. The way I am doing one integration, the way I will complete other 2 integrations. So after putting the values, integrate it. So what I will write, putting values from 1 and solving. Fine. So I will get the value as under root A square plus B square by 2. So now easily you can find out which one is the correct option. Fine, this is your correct option and that is mentioned over there. It is 1 by 2 and there it is as root. So this way you can find the solution of these steps. These steps are provided in your ebook as a solution, but I don't suggest to take a look of that. Reason being, let's say in examination the question is slightly twisted and you don't know the approach, then a problem. Fine, so better try yourself. It may possible you may take 2 or 3 repeated efforts, only then you will get the answer, no problem. By that means if you are learning something, that is much better. Okay, because for medical students, zoology and botany very important subjects, no problem. In chemistry you can do well by remembering few facts, by you can say practicing some amount of these equations and all these things. But in physics, at least if you want to become a doctor, you have to learn all these things. Fine, because after becoming a doctor you will have to take the help of all these devices provided by the physics, that is like X-rays, MRI, CT scan and so on so forth. Let's move on to the next question, that is the frequency of oscillation of current in the inductance is how much? Simple question is, if in a circuit 2 inductors and 2 capacitors are connected in this fashion, what will be the frequency of oscillation of current? Fine. Now I would like to mention a fundamental basic formula over here. F is equal to 1 upon 2 pi into 1 upon under root LC. This type of result. Now rather than this, I will do some change in this result, and what is that change? That is F is equal to 1 upon 2 pi under root L equivalent C equivalent. Fine. Why? Because 2 inductors, 2 capacitors. So 2L plus L 3L, 2C plus 3C, so sorry 2C plus C 3C. So here it's 3L into 3C, that is F is equal to 1 upon 2 pi 1 upon 3 3s are 9 into 3LC. Answer is 3 into 6. So that way F is 1 upon 6 pi under root LC, your answer. Very fundamental formula and very simple approach of this problem. Fine, nothing is difficult as such, and that's why I mentioned the used formula which is required over here for your understanding. Let's come for the next problem. Resonance occurs in a series LCR circuit. LCR circuit. When the frequency of applied EMF is 1000 Hz, then which out of 4 is the correct option? Fine. Now we will take the lead from this term resonance. Fine. So what I can mention? I can mention at, right now you need not to read 1, 2, 3, 4. No. Whatever is mentioned over here, just try to translate here. At resonance. At resonance, XL is equal to XC or omega L is equal to 1 upon omega C. This is the condition of resonance and you all are aware with that. In previous question some amount of mathematics, in that previous question some amount of mathematics. So 2 questions with mathematics and this third question is with zoology and botany type of approach. Fine. Omega L is equal to omega C. Now what are the possibilities? Fine. Possibilities are case 1. Case 1 is when XC is greater than XL. When XC is greater than XL. What is the meaning of this? It means circuit is capacitive in nature. Case 1, when XC is greater than XL, then circuit is capacitive in nature. Capacitive in nature. Okay. Second case is possible when XC is less than XL. So what I will do? I will do the changes over here only in some portion. Why to do extra in Hindi mehnat? Okay. So just use this thing over here. It is case 2, XC is less than XL or XL is greater than XC. Circuit is inductive. Circuit is inductive. And if you want to see the graphical representation, then I can show you as I, F like this. This is frequency at resonance. Fine. So now from here let's try to analyze which one is the correct option. Keep these 2 cases in mind. Case 1, XC is greater than XL. Case 2, XC is less than XL. Okay. We don't want to play with numbers. We don't like mathematics. Let's start from here. We have as capacitive when XC is greater than XL. And XC is greater than XL means F should be less than this resonance values. So A is the correct option. Fine. Let's say you say okay sir, let's try to find out B, C, D. Okay. Impedance of circuit is maximum at F is equal to 1000 Hz. No, you know what? At resonance XL, XC are meaningless. So which one is important? R. So there is no point of talking about impedance Z. Fine. At resonance VL and IC has phase difference pi. At resonance VL and IC has phase difference pi. Not true. If the value of C is double, then resonance occurs at F is equal to this value. Now this is something which you can try provided the value of L is given. Because if you change the value, then F is equal to 1 upon 2 pi into 1 upon under root L into C. So frequency is fixed over here at 1000 Hz. Okay. So best possible option is A. And this way you can say in this particular problem as such no calculation or nothing is required. Simple understanding of whatever we learned, that is required over here. Fine. Now let's move for question number 4. Let F is equal to 50 Hertz and C is equal to 100 microfarad in an AC circuit having capacitor only, no resistance and as such applied and no inductor. If the peak value of current in the circuit is 1.57 ampere at t is equal to 0, the expression for the instantaneous voltage across the capacitor is how much? Assuming initial phase difference is nothing, no phase difference. Fine. Question is simple and we have to use the formula basis upon V is equal to IR type of result. Obviously not V I will use but something else, okay, not R I will use something else, but the shape of the equation is going to be like that only. E naught is equal to XC I naught. Why I am writing like this? V is equal to IR. Okay, let's do some makeup, more beautiful makeup. That is I naught XC. Capacitive reactance, this peak value and current. V is equal to IR. That's why I mentioned that you should try to take the cue, take the help from the known facts, simple facts. So E naught is equal to I naught into XC. So now what is the value of I naught? It is given as 1.57. So 1.57 ampere. XC means 1 upon omega C. 1 upon omega C means 1 upon 2 pi f C. Fine. And capacitor value is also given, F value is also given. XC is equal to 1 upon omega C is equal to 1 upon 2 pi f C. Put all the values and place over here. Fine. After solving E naught is equal to 50 volt. Okay. So C is your correct option, that is E is equal to E naught sine omega t. This type of result you have to mention, every value is given over here. Omega means 2 pi f, so that way you can put the values. 50 into 2 is equal to 100, so the answer is C. Also I solved over here. So now I hope the values and the solution is clear to all of you about this question. Not long calculations and nothing, you can say some values or some trigonometric functions, nothing is required over here. Fine. This question. In the circuit shown, if the EMF of source at an instant is 5 volt, the potential difference across capacitor at the same instant is 4 volt. Fine. Combination of this C and this R. The potential difference across R at that particular instant is how much? Fine. I will try my best not to use some mathematical steps, but with the help of a simple diagram and 1 or 2 lines, fine, I will try to explain this question to you. This is applied sinusoidal voltage. Projection of phasor on y axis. Projection of phasor projection of phasor on y axis will give instantaneous values of VR and VC and VR. This line is for your understanding. No calculation, no mathematics. Fine. As per my promise, now with the help of a diagram, I will try my best to explain you the solution. Let us take the help of another color, that is VR. Fine. So, just match this line. You have to then read it and take another color, that is VC. You know why I am creating this diagram? Because you know, when only resistor is present, no phase difference between V and I, and when this capacitor is only present, then current leads the voltage by pi by 2. So that's why I am creating this. Okay, and this much angle is 90 degree. Fine. And over here it is like VR, it is VC. So this much value, that is this value, this much value is 4 and this much value is V. So what we can say from here, let me allow to use this space, that is V minus 4 is equal to 5. This implies that V is equal to 5 plus 4 is equal to 9 volt. So simple is the answer without using any mathematics. Now few of you may ask a question to me, how to read the values from here? Very good question. All the values are given over here. Fine, you can draw a diagram and on the basis of this calculation you can find it. Obviously, I will not suggest you to carry a scale in examination hall. Simple diagram representation, that is more than enough. So now let us clean this green board for you for the next problem. Okay, and my simple suggestion is, at least for this particular chapter, fine, you should not take this chapter alone, but try to practice this chapter with electromagnetic induction. Reason is, in electromagnetic induction we learn V is equal to V naught sin omega t plus phi, I is equal to I naught sin omega t cos omega t plus minus phi or only omega t. So you can say this chapter is just an extension of those concepts. Simple results. Fine. Now over here, after getting the solution of these type of problems, I hope you will find yourself in a comfortable situation for this particular question. As per given circuit, if the value of IRMS is 2.2 ampere, then power factor of resistor and capacitor is how much? Basically, they don't want to discuss this thing. They are just interested for this box. Okay, means what exactly the power factor of this combination. Applied voltage VRMS is given and omega is also given. Fine. So as all values are given over here, so same formula once again I will apply. IRMS is equal to ERMS. Let's use IRMS is equal to ERMS upon Z. Now why I am using three colors for mentioning these terms? Reason is simple. Here Z is important. Z means impedance, because of resistor, because of capacitor, but in previous question it was specifically mentioned that only capacitor is given. So that's why I mentioned XC. Fine. So I hope this colorful representation of the terms will give you definitely some understanding. Now ERMS is how much? That is 220. And what is the value of IRMS? That is 2.2. Very clearly it is given. So it is 220 upon 2.2, that will give you 100 ohm, and this is nothing but R resistance. Fine. So power factor cos phi is equal to R by Z is equal to how much? 100 by 100, it is equal to 1. Okay. So now easily you can say B is the correct option, but I want to show you something more. And what is that more? Please just wait for a second. Why I am interested, I will tell you. Because unless and until you don't have the clarity where is phi, what is Z, what is R, then it's also going to be sometimes difficult. X, I am only mentioning X. Reason? If capacitor, XC. If inductor, XL. If both, then XL difference, XC. That way. Fine. And if condition is of resonance, then XL is equal to XC, and in this condition this R is ultimately equal to Z. So as such, no impedance, only resistance value is applicable. So that's why I mentioned this particular formula. Fine. Next problem, and here I tried my best to at least you can say maintain a connection with the previous problems How? In previous problem I mentioned I naught is equal to E naught upon XC. In this problem I RMS is equal to E RMS upon Z. Take the look of the next problem. In this problem it is an AC circuit having supply voltage E consists of a resistor of resistance 3 ohm and an inductor of reactance 4 ohm as shown in the figure. No problem. Now the voltage across the inductor at T is equal to pi by 2 omega is given as, and here the value of sin 37 I provided, because sometimes few of the students from medical stream they say, sir, this is difficult to remember these values, that's why I provided this value. Here in this question I will try to provide at least few steps which are required. Fine, slightly long steps like 2 or 3 steps, not more than that, but please be with this discussion. Okay, E is equal to E naught sin omega t, XL and R values are well known, I mean the terms are well known. I naught is equal to E naught upon Z. Fine. All values are given over here. How we can find out? Now this yellow term Z is how much? Z is 3 square plus 4 square under root. That's why I used yellow color. 3 3s are 9 plus 4 4s are 16, that is 5 finally. Fine. Otherwise there is no point of mentioning it with the yellow color. Z. So the same formula from last 3 questions we are using it. Ultimately when we will get the value of Z, so here after solving you will get it as 2. Fine. Why? Because 3 3s are 9 plus 4 4s are 16, 9 plus 16 is 25, root of 25 is 5, E naught is 10, so 10 by 5 will give you 2. Even I love to explain that much, which is I mean more than enough for the explanation. Now after this, if I am saying phi is equal to tan inverse XL upon R, you will say no problem, this is a simple equation. Now XL means omega into L, values are given. So finally after putting the values, phi is 53 degrees. Here some amount of jumping, yes I am doing, but I don't suggest you please learn this much trigonometry so that you can find out the value of these things. Fine, it may be normally provided in your examination question paper. 53, and these are well known values, 37, 53, they are well known values. So phi is equal to 53. Now I is equal to I naught sin omega t plus phi, that is the exact ideal equation. So rather than writing that ideal equation, what I am doing, I am putting the values. So I is equal to I naught. What is the value of I naught? 2. So I is equal to I naught sin omega t minus tan inverse 4 by 3. Fine, values I already calculated, that's why I can put like this. At t is equal to pi upon 2 omega. It is given in the problem itself that you have to find out the value at this time. So at t is equal to pi upon 2 omega, after putting the values VL is equal to 4.8 volts. Fine. So this was not a difficult question as such, but yes, up to some extent you can say some different approach is required, which is in front of you right now. Please take a look. I hope now the question is not visible, but at least the solution step by step is visible to all of you. Fine. So now allow me to clean up the board so that we can move with the next question. And yes, that's why I mentioned in the starting that some steps in this particular problems are slightly long. So I hope by small amount of practice you can achieve perfection in these type of questions also. In worst case, let's say they ask these type of questions, at least you should not feel pain. You should say, okay, no problem, I have a practice and I can solve. Beautiful question. You can say up to some extent a repetition of the previous problem. Why? Inductor is there, resistor is there, capacitor is there. Truly LCR circuit. The given figure represents the phasor diagram of a series LCR circuit connected to an AC source. Fine. At the instant t, anytime, when the source voltage is given by V is equal to V naught cos omega t prime, what is the current in the circuit? Fine. So, need not to take a look of these expressions. No need. First try to solve it. Phase difference between EMF and current. EMF and current, that is tan phi is equal to, let's in next step we will do that, tan phi is equal to 3 minus 2 upon root 3 VL minus VC upon VR, XL difference XC upon R. Fine. So 3 minus 2 1 and root 3. Okay. So now I can say phi is equal to pi by 6. I hope you all are comfortable with that. So when phi is equal to pi by 6, now I am free to write down the equation. How I can write down the equation? I is equal to I naught cos omega t prime minus pi by 6. So which one is the correct option? B is the correct option. Only required part was phase difference, omega. Why? Listen carefully. For example, let's say no inductor. For example, let's say no capacitor. Then no phase difference. When this L come, phase difference will come, voltage will lead. When this C come, current will lead. But here it is a combined effect. That's why I calculated this phasor value. Okay. Now, next question is, before reaching on to the question number 9, once again I will say some amount of mathematics is involved. So therefore, as I said, we are moving on to question number 9. Some amount of mathematics is involved. That's why I am telling you before even moving on to the question number 9, but I am sure you all are not afraid with that. Fine. So here it's your question number 9. Beautiful question, beautiful diagram, and I will try my best to make this explanation more beautiful. Okay. The average and effective value of for the wave shape shown in the figure, the average and effective value of what? Voltage. Average voltage, effective voltage, simple. So let me allow, and there is no need of taking the look of these options for the time being. Fine. Just take a look of this diagram, and average, that is V average. Effective, that is V effective, nothing else. So if right now I am hiding this expression, don't worry. Now V average, sorry, let it make capital V. Why to make it small v? That is representation of velocity. So V average is equal to 0 to pi by 2, okay, 0 to pi by 2 upper limit, and then V naught sine omega t dt upon t by 2. Simply integrate it and solve it. This 2 is, I think, quite bigger one, so let's make it this 2. So this simple integration, and that's why before starting of this problem I said it is this way you can calculate. Finally, final steps, we can mention Vrms is equal to V naught by 2, and this value is going to be matched over here as 2 upon pi Vm, and this Vm upon root 2. Fine. So what exactly essential over here is simple integration. Simple integration. Fine. I am leaving you with this integration because yes, I want that you should do some sort of practice. Fine. Few of you may feel it bad. Why to practice mathematics? It is required. You can't help out. If the examination body is saying to you, you have to study physics, you have to. You don't have any option. Okay. Then it comes question number 10. I decided to finish this discussion with a very beautiful question, simple question. What is that? A series circuit has a resistance of 60 ohm and an impedance of 135 ohm, okay, Z. When the total potential difference is 120 volt, what is the power consumed in the circuit? Fine. Forget any options, anything. Let me allow to write down the formula, a very new formula. I hope you will enjoy that. P is equal to Vrms Irms cos of phi. You know that formula. Simple formula based calculation. Now what is the values over here? That is Vr, not to mention it is small v, Vrms whole square is equal to R upon Z square. Fine. Put the values as they are given over here, 135, 60, 120, every value is given. So put the values. Now at least this much you can do. Formula is given, values are given, just simply put the values and multiply, divide, add, subtract, whatever. Put the values, and 47.4 watt is the power consumption. Here I would like to mention one very important parameter. Out of 45 questions of physics, those are asked in examination, in entrance exam, around 20 to 25 questions are based upon either directly on the concepts, mean without calculation, or very minute calculation, just one step or two step, but roughly around 20 questions they required some calculation, and out of those 20, 5 to 8 questions may be of the really difficult status. So you should ensure that out of 22 to 24 questions simple, you should attempt like 90% of these. Then difficult remaining 20 questions, try at least 10 to 12 questions. So this way you can ensure roughly around 30 plus questions, and out of 45, 30 plus is a very decent score. Fine, this should be the approach. That's why in this discussion I tried to mix up questions of the different categories. Fine, I hope you will realize this aspect, will prepare, will mold your preparation accordingly as per the requirement of the examination. So please keep revising, keep working hard, achieve your goals. With this positive note, I would like to say thanks to all of you for watching this video. Thanks.